and welcome to episode 2 of Joey 40,000. And in this episode I will be talking a little bit about Necrons, some fluff and some special rules that they have that are unique to themselves. So let's start with a little bit of fluff for the Necrons. The Necrons are an ancient race that many believe are lost to the universe over time, over 60 million years old. Their revivification chambers are working constantly to bring them back as a menacing force once again. They believe themselves to be the rightful rulers and will stop at nothing to accomplish their goals. On their home planet, the Necrons had to flee due to radiation storms and solar winds that were devastating their home planet, being too close to a burning star. So they reached out and began to take over other worlds and colonies. Over hundreds of years, they began to be pushed back, and then they met a star god who gave them many promises of a more immortal life and to ascend beyond the reaches of their limited, weak bodies, and made them living metal. They eventually rebelled against this star god and then became the Necrons as an independent race, but the Silent King, their leader, determined that their time was over for now, and that all of their cities should be turned into tombs, and one day their time would come again. They're very similar to, which drew my attention to them, to the Cylons from Battlestar Galactica, in the sense that they're conscious, they self-destruct if they want to keep their secrets hidden. As a race, they believe themselves to be more important and that other races and are lesser creatures. And they transfer their consciousness and await for other bodies to be ready for them. So I really like that aspect where they've still got this remaining consciousness and then it's transferred later on so they can keep themselves independent. But it's kind of a nice yet tragic story, but they became independent after time, but yet were turned into something that they didn't really think they wanted in the end. Poor Necrons. Poor Necrons. So how does their fluff come into their gameplay? So for reanimation, if your Necron fails its armor save, you put it on its side instead of taking it off the board, and on a 5+, it stands back up again. Pretty nice. You've killed my Necrons, have you? But I roll all 5s. So they stand back up. What do you think of that? Yeah. Ever living is pretty much just for characters. So if an entire unit has been wiped out, the characters get ever living instead, which is pretty much the same as reanimation, but means that they can still stand up even if their whole unit is wiped out, whereas with reanimation, they can't do that, they're just all gone. Entropic Strike means that for every hit, you get to roll a dice and effectively reduce the armor value of a vehicle. For every model that isn't a vehicle, if they fail their armor save, then they don't have it for the rest of the game. And finally, Living Metal, which is vehicle specific, I think, is when hit and you get crew shaken, then on a 2+ you ignore it, on crew stun, then on a 4+ you ignore it. I don't know how this works, I have no idea. So, sounds pretty good to me. I hope all of this so far has been right. If not, and there's more to it, then feel free to add in the comments down below. I've yet to try any of this out, because I haven't played a game or got my models yet. But I will be updating all of the information in a lot more detail as I go through games and stuff like that. So next we have weaponry that is Necron specific. So first you have Gore's weaponry, which on a 6+ you get a glancing hit which takes away hull points. I think this is pretty bad for the hull points. And then Tesla weaponry, which on a 6+ means that you get an extra 2 hits. This is awesome, and I will definitely be looking forward to using this. And then we have Quantum Shielding, which increases the armor value on vehicles. The front and side has an extra 2 points. The downside is if you get armor penetration, an armor penetrating hit, then that goes away for the rest of the game. And that is what I know so far about Necrons. If any of it is wrong, it's completely Stephen's fault. Here's my 40k advisor. And mine. But today I have got these. And these I'm going to be painting up and practicing. I'm going to have a battle force for Necrons. But I wanted to test these out And I think I might do a mix and match between this with the double barreled, and then these here. These I'm planning to get, well, make red and look pretty cool. So yes, I'm looking forward to building them and making them up. I think my opinion on Necrons so far is that they kind of sound like the underdog, and you know, they're left and ignored and have been gone for a very long time. So kind of feel like when I play them, I want to make them really powerful and win and crush everyone, crush them. So yes, they remind me a lot of Tomb Kings, which I think has a very close comparison. Fantasy and 40k being the kind of space Tomb Kings, and I really like the fluff from those. And you know, these seem to be really, really awesome. So I'm looking forward to painting them up. As I said in the last episode, I'm going to be doing a Sith theme. So typically they're going to be very dark, metallic and red. And the HQs will be Grievous with 4 arms, if I can do that. Cream and red. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting started with it. As for the gameplay, I've no idea when I'm going to get started with it. It shouldn't be too long, but I want to make sure that I have something fully painted, even if it's just very small to begin with, so I can run through the basics and get that clear in my mind before I really start with the bigger battles. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It seems really different to what I'm used to. I'm used to, you know, a lot of units and a really long game with fantasy. And yeah, it should be fun. So let me know what your thoughts are. If you have anything to add for the rules, any corrections, any extensions on what I have said, so we can all learn together. And yes, next week I will be doing a giveaway, so stay tuned. It'll be good. Yes, so like if you like this, subscribe if you want to, and I will see you for next 40k Friday. Goodbye. Like a